Good morning, daily adventurers. You can see it is 1:40 here in Sydney.
Yes.
And today we are going to Watson Bay. Watson Bay is a eastern suburb of Sydney, and we are going there to check out some old lighthouses. For us to get to Watson Bay, we have to catch the wharf, and the wharf is leaving in 5 minutes. So let's catch the wharf and I'll give you more information about Watson Bay once we get there. Okay guys, I've made it to Watson Bay. Watson Bay is like 11 kilometers from the central business district. So if you can actually see the central business district from here, and you can also see the harbor bridge, which is over there to the right a little bit. So the ships go past Watson Bay to get to the harbor bridge. So let's go back to the map and I'll tell you our itinerary today. So you see, here is where we are, and we're gonna go to the Hornsby Lighthouse. Now, all the ships whatever come from the Pacific go past this section and go to the Port Jackson. Port Jackson is basically Sydney Harbour. Basically, that's what is Port Jackson. So this section where we are, it's called the South Head. So when we get to the Hornsby Lighthouse, I'll explain further about this area. And after Hornsby Lighthouse, we're gonna go to the Gap Park. And there's another lighthouse here called the Macquarie Lighthouse. We'll check that one out definitely, because that's the oldest serving lighthouse in Australia. And I think it'll be sunset by the time we are done with Macquarie Lighthouse, which is over here, and then we'll go back to the Hornsby Lighthouse because the lights would be on and we can check it out in action. Okay guys, so we have made it to the Hornby Lighthouse. The Hornby Lighthouse was made in 1858. Let's just check out this place a little bit. Let's see what's behind the lighthouse. So that's the Tasman Sea over there. Beyond that we have Tasmania and New Zealand, and that's the Coral Sea in that direction. Erected 1858, Sir W.T. Denison. So that's a little tour of the lighthouse. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a brief history, not actually history, more of a geography idea about this place. So we are on the south head. It's called the South Head Peninsula, and that is the North Head Peninsula, and together they make this entrance over here, which leads to the Sydney Harbour over there. Now that's where the Harbour Bridge is in that direction as well. Now, why did they build the lighthouse over here in 1858? It's because when the ships come from there, especially in the night, wow, the waves are like going crazy. So when the ships are coming over from there in the night, they need to know where the entrance is to the Harbour Bridge or to the Sydney Harbour. So this light kind of gives them, helps them navigate so that they can find this entrance, so that they can get to the Sydney Harbour. Now this was made in 1858, and unfortunately there was a ship called the Dunbar in 1857 was looking for the entrance, but it was very stormy and ended up thinking that there's another section over there called the Gap. It ended up thinking that that is the entrance, and it ends up hitting the mountain cliff over there. So that mountain cliff is called the Gap, and we're gonna go there next. We can see the lookout from there. And also there's another lighthouse close to the Gap called the Macquarie Lighthouse. We will check that out as well. And if you notice, this one, our Hornby Lighthouse, is painted in red and white, and the Macquarie Lighthouse is painted in white only, I think. We'll check it out when we get there. And the Macquarie Lighthouse is 2 kilometers in that direction, and it's painted in white because, or this is painted in red and white because when the sailors are coming that way, they should be able to differentiate that they're looking at the Macquarie Lighthouse, not the Hornby Lighthouse. Basically able to differentiate, you know. So next thing, we'll go to the Gap. So this is how the lightkeeper's cottage looks like. It's beautiful. It was built in 1858 and it's still standing. Wow. It's got like a nice view of the sea and nice and quiet. Obviously back in 1858 the city line wasn't there. Chimney, a bit of patio. Just sit down here, gaze into the sea. Beautiful. One lucky man or woman. So let's head to the Gap now. I've made it to the Gap Park. I see the Dunbar Anchor in 3 minutes in that direction. So let's go check out the Dunbar Anchor. That's the anchor of the Dunbar ship, which sunk at the Gap, thinking that it found the entrance. The Dunbar Anchor should be somewhere. Oh, there it is. Wow, look at the beautiful sandstone. sun is setting. Wow, this place looks lovely. You can see the harbor bridge there in the distance, and the city, and there's the anchor. Wow, it's massive. Look at the size in comparison to my hand. So the Dunbar was wrecked about 500 yards south of this spot, okay, in a heavy northeast gale at night, August 28, 1857. From a total of 122, there was only one survivor. This, her anchor, was recovered by a local resident 50 years later and is now set up in memory of the tragic event. Wow, it's pretty heavy. So we can go to the wreck. I don't know if we have time to go to the wreck. The sun is setting. So the wreck, let's see how far the wreck is. Watson Bay, Dunbar wreck marker, 8 minutes in that direction. So let's go check it out. This is where the Dunbar hit the mountain cliff. So the Dunbar was trying to find the entrance to the Sydney Harbour, which is somewhere there, but it was really dark in the night and it ended up crashing over here. It was on the rocks at the foot of this cliff that the Dunbar foundered around midnight on August 20 or 21st, 1857. So yeah, 122 people died, one person survived. So I see a lighthouse up ahead. That could be the Macquarie Lighthouse. Let's go check it out. We've made it to the Macquarie Lighthouse, and the lighthouse light is turned on as well. That's cool. So this is the oldest lighthouse in all of Australia. It was made in 1818. Well, it was remade again in 1883. That's what we are looking at, but the first time it was made was 1818. And the reason why it was made was during the Napoleonic Wars, I think it was 1815, when quite a lot of convicts were being sent to Australia in ships. And the governor at that time, Lachlan Macquarie, he didn't want these ships to end up crashing somewhere. So he said that let's build a lighthouse here so that, wow, look at that chopper. That's random. Anyway, okay, so the governor said that let's build a lighthouse or these ships are going to come and end up crashing here, and we want them to find the entrance to the Sydney Harbour, right? So they built this in 1818. So, and it's named Macquarie Lighthouse after the governor Macquarie. So next thing, we're gonna go to the Hornsby Lighthouse and check it out while the light is on. Okay, so see you there. So I'm here at the Hornby Lighthouse. I just wanted to see it work in the night. There we go. But we can't see much with my GoPro. The night setting is not the best. The moon's out. The moonlight's is falling on the sea, but we can't see anything. Anyway, that was the last thing I wanted to show you. Okay guys, we've come a full circle. I'm back in Watson Bay Town Center. I know it's empty. Can you see the city lights out in the distance? Cool. So the ferry service, the last ferry has already left, so I have to catch the bus back to my place. So I'm gonna walk over to it. So hope you had a good time seeing the different lighthouses and a little bit of history, and seeing Watson Bay overall. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hope to see you in the next video. All right, take care. Bye.